Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and having a good start to the week and still celebrating after us beating Arsenal away at the Emirates Stadium for the second season in a row now. It's been fantastic. But today, guys, we're talking about West Ham's 14th home game of the 24-25 Premier League season, where we welcome relegation fodder Leicester City to the London Stadium for an 8 o'clock kickoff this Thursday night under the lights live on TNT Sports. But as always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro gear. As you can see from the icon up here, there's also some Leicester retro gear in there as well, in case there's any Foxes fans watching, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts in the claret and blue, and also in Leicester colours as well for that matter. And any purchases that you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they are currently supporting close to probably 90, at least over 80, but probably close to 90 separate food banks by the time of this recording. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to your respective club shop, and you'll be helping those that are less fortunate than you and I. But if you want to make a donation directly to the charity, but you don't want to make an affiliate link purchase, that's perfectly fine. There is their Just Give and Fund link in the description as well for that matter. So £1, £2, £5, whatever you can afford, guys. Believe me, every penny helps. So as always, there is going to be timestamps in the description below. So ideally, I'd like you to stay around for as long as you possibly can. But if you can't, then that's perfectly fine as well. Just jump around to the relevant section as you see in the bar below. And of course, please do like, share, and put your comments in at any section at any time. Now, let's continue on with the video by talking about the officials. The referee for this game is Stuart Atwell. His assistants are Constantine Hatzidakis and Natalie Aspinall. On fourth official duty is Rob Jones. On VAR, we've got Michael Salisbury, and his assistant is Simon Long. So, yeah, I'm not very confident on the abilities of those, especially on VAR, and the main referee, not for me, unfortunately. But as we know, guys, our last 6 home games against Leicester City, bearing in mind, obviously, they were in the Championship last season, and it looks like they were headed back there again, unfortunately. From their point of view, I'm not a big fan of Leicester City in any shape or form, but I do feel sorry for teams that can't stay up. It is difficult, especially bearing in mind the relatively recent history that Leicester have had, winning the Premier League, winning the FA Cup, and then being up and down, unfortunately. But our last 6 home games against them at the London Stadium in the Premier League shows we've won twice, drawn twice, and lost twice, scoring 11 and conceding 10. And Graham Potter's manager record against Leicester at home, basically with Brighton, is he's won twice and drawn twice, lost 7, and conceding 7 and scoring 7. Now, as we all remember, the away game on the 3rd of December, that really stupid fucking goal we conceded from Jamie Vardy, Mavropanos keeping them on side, a minute and 10-15 seconds, whatever it is, 75-80 seconds on the clock. Very, very early goal, but we were able to kind of balance it out a little bit. But, we second half goals from Kanous and Daka, and of course, Fulkrug's first ever goal for us right at the death on the 93rd minute. Now, as it stands at the moment, Leicester's Premier League table is 19th in the table after 26 games, winning 4 times, drawing 5 times and losing 17, scoring 25 and conceding 59, so a minus 37 goal difference on 17 points. 13 points down from where we are, and 5 points from safety. Now, footystats.com shows the away table for Leicester. They're showing at 19th in the table, so a fair reflection where they currently are, with winning twice, drawing twice and losing 8, scoring 14 and conceding 32, so a minus goal difference of 18. And in the last 5 games, they've won just once. They've lost pretty much everything else by the looks of things. Now, Leicester's style of play is pretty much exactly the same from the away preview, so I'm not really going to waste your time talking about that sort of stuff again. Van Nistelrooy's got a big mountain to climb, as I say, because they're 5 points away from safety. They got battered, for lack of a better way of putting it, on Friday night by Brentford, losing 4-0. Yeah, they're as good as down in terms, obviously. And the crazy thing is that, we are 13 points away from relegation zone, and some of us are still worried about getting involved in the scrap. I mean, it's highly unlikely, but it's still possible. I mean, obviously Liverpool have all but won the game after the weekend. Won the table, I should say, won the league, albeit pretty much just like with a couple of games waiting to be announced officially. You know, it's the mad thing is they're 13 points above Arsenal and we're 13 points above the relegation zone. Let that sink in for a minute. But away from home, their highest joint goal scorers is no surprise with Jamie Vardy with 3 goals and 2 assists. On average, 0.32 goals per 90, 1.97 shots per 90 from him, and 0.82 shots on target per 90 from him. And of course, IU as well. He's got 3 goals, and his average stats show the 0.27 goals per 90 with 1.84 shots per 90 and 0.61 shots on target per 90, with Bonetti just behind them with 2 goals and 2 assists with 0.3 goals per 90, 2.13 shots on average per 90 and 0.76 shots on target per 90. Now, Ndidi is their highest away assister with an average of with 3 assists away from home so far, with an average of 0.91 shots per 90, 0.46 shots on target per 90, and 0.26 assists per 90. Decorvareid is right behind him as well with 2 assists on 0.95 shots per 90, 0.48 shots on target per 90 and 0.32 assists on average per 90. So let's have a look at Leicester's injuries. Fatou, I think you pronounce it, is out until early August with a knee injury. Pereira is out until early March with a thigh injury, but Justin is currently being assessed due to an ankle injury, so is 50% chance of him making the squad in some form for this fixture. Now, turning to West Ham, as I say, just talking about it, literally buzzing from the points we've got from Arsenal. 13 points clear. Players, honestly, Tadibo, Scholes, Kudus, Bowen, easy targets for man of the match. Let me know who you thought the man of the match options were on that one. Obviously, as we just mentioned at the start of the video, Boxing Day 23 was the last time we won at the Emirates, despite me thinking it was our last season at the last season at the Bowling, when we were talking about it during the watch along. You know, in that goal with the last on Boxing Day 2023, Souček scored in the first half, and Mavropanos, has come under a lot of criticism for the majority of the season, myself included, scored it in that second half as well, for that matter. Now, for context, because you guys know I like to give the away stats tables and all that sort of stuff. We are 15th in the footystats.com home table with 4 wins, 2 draws and 7 losses, as you guys know, with an average of 1.08 points per game. But in the away table, we are 12th in the table with 4 wins, 4 draws and 5 losses, with a 1.23 points per average. Points per game average. Now, we are very much turning into an away team this season, and we shouldn't be. You know, I'm hoping that the performance that we put in against Arsenal on Saturday is going to buoy us into having a decent performance and trying to get at least a point off Leicester. You know, it'd be great if we got all 3, of course. You know, get 16 points clear of the table, get moving up the table a little bit. It'd be brilliant if we could. But yeah, it's you know, not to sound too much like Alan Hansen, but you got to win your home games to stay up. You know, as I say, if we go on a really bad run, I still think we are just going to be clear. Obviously, earlier in the season, I said to you guys the highest we could finish was 11th and 12th, and I still believe that to a degree. But at the same point, I think 15th is probably the high, round about where we are now. I think is where we're going to finish. You know. But as the time of this recording, Casey, Orford, Moore, Swire and Ajaya are all in the under-21s side playing against Reading. It was 0-0 at half-time. West Ham, if anybody from West Ham media are watching, sort out your bloody adverts during the games on YouTube. That was ridiculous. It was every 7 or 8 minutes at one point. It was pathetic. We're missing so much because of it. But as I say, at the time of this recording, it's quarter of an hour into the second half, and it was 0-0 at half time before recording this. So you never know. Casey and Orford, and maybe my boy Ajaya could actually get involved in the squad this weekend. Who knows? Thursday night I should say, because obviously it's the FA Cup this weekend. Now, there's no new West Ham injury news for this fixture, but from what I've heard, Antonio could be back in some capacity for around about the Everton game at the earliest, because he's doing some running work already over in Dubai, in that hot weather place that him and Fulkrug have been getting treatment from. It's incredible. Both of them could be back well before the end of the season, possibly with returning with Somerville just after the international break. We'll have to wait and see. I've got a funny feeling that's why Antonio is well ahead of schedule, because he wants to go and play some World Cup qualifiers. I think that's probably the reason, and probably, likewise probably with Fulkrug as well, for that matter. But guys, this turns me nicely round to the penultimate part of the video, where we're talking about the starting 11. Now, of course, I can see some changes. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we go with the 3 at the back, stroke 5 at the back, depending on your point of view of things, of course. But I've made a couple of changes to the starting 11 in terms of the Arsenal preview. But as always, put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what starting 11 you'd like to see if you were in charge at West Ham. And this is the starting 11 that I would like to see if I was in charge. Areola in goal, with a back 4 of Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman and Skulls. Orford and Souček in the defensive midfield positions, with Kudus, Irving and Gilherm in midfield, with Bowen up front. So thank you very much for your time, guys. If you're new round here, welcome. It's nice to see you. Thank you very much for staying this part of the video. But over the last 4 weeks, the amount of people that have been subscribed to the channel over the last 4 weeks, of 62.8% of you guys that have been viewing this content haven't been subscribed. So if you're enjoying the content and would like to know more, then by means, please do like, share and subscribe. By means, share it as much as possible. The more likes these videos get, the more advertising it gets on YouTube, and therefore the more engagement. We will be doing the full-time thoughts on probably, if I've got time, on Thursday night. If not, it'll be going up Friday night, so keep an eye out for that. On Saturday, I'm hoping to do a live stream to talk about players that are coming towards the end of their contracts for this season and next season, and who we should sell and who we should keep. So if you're going to be around for that, barmans, please do pop in. It'd be great to see you. But in the meantime, guys, have a fantastic week, and I will see you very, very soon. All the best now. Take care.